百鬼のゲーム部屋。
はいどうも皆さんおはようございます。百鬼のゲーム部屋の百鬼です。本日は Xbox のね、デベロッパーダイレクト2024ということでね、こちらの放送が、本放送の方が、午前5時から、ございましてですね、それをみんなで見ようというコーナーでございます。よろしくお願いいたします。はい。なんだろうね。今回、どういった発表があるのか、ある程度のところはね、事前に出てる部分もありますが、いやー、楽しみですね。で、今回の、発表内容としましてはですね、ちょっと待ってくださいね。はい。1月19日の金曜日朝5時から配信ということでね。今後 Xbox で遊べる素晴らしいゲームタイトルの数々を先取りしましょうということでね、デベロッパーダイレクトという形で、今日この後ね放送があります。Xbox シリーズ XS そして PC、そして Xbox ゲームパスでプレイできる、新作に関する情報が発表されるということですね。ちなみにこの配信終了後に、エルダースクローズオンラインの方の、最大アップデート、本作最大アップデートについてのご紹介も、午前6時からあるということですね。私の今回の放送に関しましては、デベロッパーダイレクトのみの、放送とさせていただきたいと思っております。はい。デベロッパーダイレクトはその名の通り、ゲームクリエイターたち自身によって、今後発売となるゲームタイトルがどのように開発され、どのように創造されているのかの、紹介がされる配信ですということですね。去年はこのデベロッパーダイレクトの直後にハイファイラッシュってありましたよね。あちらが確か配信されたんじゃなかったですかね。あれも面白かったですよね。急遽発表されましたけどね。で、今日発表される内容としましては、今もうすでにこういうのが出るよって言われているのが、スウェーデンに拠点を置く開発チームでの、インディ・ジョーンズの、ゲームについて発表があるということが言われておりますね。その他にもどういったものが出てくるのか少し気になってはおりますが、今年どんなものがゲームパスとして追加されていくのかっていうところも気になっているところですね。ちなみに、今回のこの発表には、まだアクティビジョンブリザードの、ゲームタイトルに関するアップデートの発表なんかは含んでいないということなので、それに関しては年内各チームよりまた発表が別途行われる予定ですとのことです。本配信では、今後 Xbox で楽しめるゲームタイトルのほんの一部にスポットライトを当てたりに過ぎませんということですね。あくまでね、今後の楽しみの一部を、ご紹介する形となっているみたいですね。残りあと7分程度ですね。すでにもう Xbox をお持ちの方で、すでに Xbox で遊ばれているという方にとっては見逃せない情報が多いんではないかと思いますね。はい。今日、この19日といえば、17時からね、パルワールドの方も、配信開始となりますので、 Xbox ゲームパスでね。非常に、Xbox ゲームパスもね、盛り上がっておりますね。はい。はい、マリッチさん、こんばんは。そして、おはようございます。あと、ゲームパスといえばね、バイオハザード RE2 が、ゲームパスでね、配信開始となりましたね。僕は、バイオハザードに関しては、プレイステーションで発売された当時の、旧作に関しては、プレイしたことあるんですけど、RE シリーズに関しては、実はね、まだ一度も触れたことがないんですよね。さあ、あと5分ですね。一応、どうしよっかね。切り替えとくかね。ちょっと待ってくださいね。よし、じゃあ、画面切り替えとこうかな。よいしょ。はーい。本日こういった感じのね、画面で。今ね、これ放送始まってないんで、まだ最大ができないんですけど、放送始まったら、画面いっぱいにしますんで、少々お待ちくださいね。いやー、どんな、おそらくね、だから、なんだろうな、最新、まだ発表されてないようなタイトルも出るんじゃないかな、とは思っておりますね。前回、去年の時ね、ハイファイラッシュが、デベロッパーダイレクト後に、急遽ね、Xbox で、ゲームパスの方でね、配信されたので、そういったタイトルがもしかしたらあるんじゃないかな、とは思ってますね。はい。非常に気になりますね。皆さんは何が気になりますかね。ゲームパスもね、どんどんゲームが増えていきますからね。今日ね、さっきも話しました通り、パルワールド、なんだろうな、ちょっとどこかで見たことあるような感じのゲームではございますが、あれってね、クラフトピアって皆さんご存知ですかね。クラフトピアっていうゲームを作ったメーカーさんが作ってるんですよね、パルワールドって。クラフトピアの時もね、どっかで見たことあるかなっていう感じはあったんですけどね。とてもね、グラフィック的にはかなり綺麗ですよね。あれ、あとはね、ボリュームがどれぐらいあるのかなっていうのがちょっと気になるところでございますね。パルワールドに関してはね。配信開始されたら僕も、今日はさすがに無理だとは思うんですけどね。また、来週あたりどこかで配信できたらなとは思ってはいるんですけど。 あと皆さん音量気をつけてくださいね。プレミア公開らしいので、これ。すごく音量が最初ね、大きいと思うんですよ。うん。あと60秒。間もなく始まるそうです。日本語版のサイトだけど、コメント欄が英語だらけ。さあ、もうすぐですかね。さあ、5時になりましたよ。お、来ましたね。大きいか、音が大きいな。相変わらず音が大きいな。音量大きすぎたら言ってくださいね。一応ちょっと絞りますけど。さあ始まりますよ。もういきなり年齢制限。何のゲームだ？モーションアクターだ。4作品ぐらい発表されるのかな。まずはオブシディアン。
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed. Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the living lands, a frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the living lands. At Obsidian World, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret
めっちゃ綺麗やな。
At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity.
フォールアウトの画面ですよね。
Avowed is no different.
フォールアウトの5はまださすがにまだ情報出ないだろうな。
It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG. Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo.
なるほど、一人称視点の RPG ってね。
Our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted. For all battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types. It's not just hacking and slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries, and special attacks.
僕やるんだったら魔法系のメインでいきたいな。パリ苦手なんで。
Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize, or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat.
装備はすぐにカスタマイズで切り替えができると。
Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range.
二丁拳
Or
銃。
even dual wield wands to feel like a gunslinging
杖
mage.
の二刀流。
You could use your enchanted wand to freeze enemies, and then use your offhand weapon's power attack to shatter them.
おお、凍らして破壊。
To keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the living lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences. Like this side quest you may encounter in Shadowstar, the third region you'll explore on your journey to the living lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
なるほど、話を聞いたり調べたりして、本当にその何が原因なのかっていうのを自分で突き詰めたりも必要ってことですか。
Here, take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
なるほどね。
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Third Born.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich weird, and wonderful.
世界観良さ
We
そうだよ
found
ね。
inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience. By contrasting the vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes, and each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart
こ
for
ういうのって
Shatterscarp.
旅するだけでも
As
楽しい
you're
よ
wandering
ね。
the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel
こ
of
の世界
color.
をね。
By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards
わあ、
a
水
beautiful
の表現めっ
oasis,
ちゃ綺麗じゃん。
there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
これ楽しみですね。これもゲームパス入りみたいですね。来たらぜひやりたいですね。タカさん、おはようございます。さあ次は何のソフトでしょうか。
Hi, I'm Don Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival.
前回あれだ
Where we
ね
have once again
世界観だけは
combined
なんか
high
トレーラーで
fidelity
出
and
てきたや
immersive
つだな。
presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
See how small you are. Do you see how the pitiless world stamps you down?
Senua is back with a new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant
ちょっと
companions,
独特な世界
she
観だったよね、
encounters
これ
new
ね。
people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th
10
century
世紀の
Iceland
アイス
on
ラ
the
ンド。
trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into
フィクション
chaos,
と
and which in
フ
turn
ィク
has
ションを織
seen
り
the
交ぜ
rise
な
of
が
the
ら、
Dragon,
歴史
violent threat
の
that
部
has
分も
swept
ちゃん
through
と
the
入れてやるっ
settlements
て
that
こと
she'll
ですね。
discover. Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover, along with us, how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people
なんだろう
don't,
な、ホラー寄りなのか
and
な。
having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean?
結構不思議な世界観だったよね。前回の発表の時にも確かトレーラーだけは出てたと思う。
And battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
すごい動きが細かいね。
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible.
実際のアイスランド
You
で
see a
ね。
small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears. These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space.
3D 音響
In the first game, we only applied to the
になってるの
voices
かな。
that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through a spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience. Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them. We feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own purists. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing
これもなかな
tech.
か
That's our aim in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 is to not
期待の
only
一作ですね。
see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay
結
through
構あ
to
れだ
our
ね
action set pieces,
BGM
from our cinematic
も良さそうな
scenes to
感
our
じだよ
puzzle
ねこれ
solving,
ね
everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey, a journey that you can embark on May
5月
21st.
21日こちらもゲームパス入りですね。ね、入ったらちょっとプレイしてみたいですね、これはね。さあ、2作品終わりました。なんだろう？なんだお、追加？スクエアエニックス。なんだ知らないぞ。
Greetings Xbox players. My name is Masaru Oyamada, producer
ラ
of
ビ
the
だ。
Mana series here at Square Enix.
聖剣伝説？
聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの情報を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにいち早くお伝えできる機会をいただけて大変光栄です。コンソールゲームとしては約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年にファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、
僕聖剣伝説シリーズ好きなんだよね。
個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され、長らく
レジェンド・オブ・マナめっちゃやったな。
本作は30
何
年以上
周もやったもんあれ。
の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。
すごくいいね。色合いも結構いい感じだね。
今回これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井浩一さんとともに、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内容を紹介していきたいと思います。
Hello, I am Koichi Ishii from Grabs. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに
全然違和感ないね。
落とし込むか、デザインの方向性から
いや可愛いな。
完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から、自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いて、これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。
当時のねドット絵もかなり細かかったけどね。
ただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できている。
昔から聖剣伝説のグラフィックって綺麗だったからね。
表情にも注目してください。
スーパーファミコンの頃もさ。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する、海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。
乗り物があるんだ。
陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
なんだろうこれオープンワールド的な感じなのかな。
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては、今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。
いやこれは楽しみですね。
その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目はアルマジルによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、
確かにアヌビスっぽい顔をしてるな。
ラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら、足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなどゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、 ピックルは
独特のバランスだよね。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。
いいね BGM ね。
過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。
100曲。
新たな試みとして
レジェンド・オブ・マナーの時もね、僕結構ね、
シームレスに体験できるよう
サントラずっと聴いてたな CD
を導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。
自然に切り替わっていく感じだね BGM がね。
今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。
空中アクションは新しいね。今までどっちかっていうと地面で平面で戦う感じでしたけど、
シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、
このボス見たことあるぞ。
力を宿した武器を使うと
このボスもなんか見たことあるぞ。
バトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。精霊によっては様々な特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
なんだろう、今ちっちゃいフラミーみたいなの映ってたけど、
ピックリにも注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう、小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする本作、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは今後もさまざまな情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏、この忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
夏ね。これはゲーパス入りではないんですね。さあ次だ。
Hello, and welcome to Oxide Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time.
Civilization か。
We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love.
こんなに映像リアルなの？
Our history untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
Aura is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same.
時間が何本あっても足らんやつな、これな。ここに手を出してしまうと、もう他のことが一切できなくなってしまうってやつな。
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Aura.
でもこのシリーズって結構あれだよね。もう根強いファンが多いもんね。
For Aura, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also
こういう
wanted
マ
to
ルチタス
explore
ク
more
な
in different parts of history and give
感じ
players from
の
around the world
戦
the
略ゲー
chance
ム
to
ってい
see
う
the
のは
game
あまり
reflect
得意な
their
方ではない
unique
ですけど。
perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Aura is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and
昔はあれだったの
immersive
に
space,
な、
a
なんか
blank canvas for
六
players
角形
to
の
paint
マス
inside
並んだ
their
感じだったの
dreams.
にな、全然もう今は
Isn't just a map.
違う感じなんだ
It reflects
ね。
the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Aura is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of Aura, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might.
ああ、なるほどね。
Scientific
ちょっと待って
advancement.
ものすごい近代的なん出てきてないなんか
In Aura, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is
なんか
most
今
important to them and focus
ロ
and
ボットいなかっ
prioritize
た
on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Aura, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige
それこそあれ
bonuses
か
and
ピラミッ
game-changing
ドを作る
abilities
よ
to
う
the
な
nation that constructs them.
時代か
Another
ら
aspect of Aura
ど
that
んどん
I'm
まあ発
personally
展してい
excited
く
about
ん
is our
で
crafting
すよね、こう
system.
いうゲームっ
The
てね。
crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre.
最初はやっ
Succeeding
と
at
鉄が作れるようにな
balancing,
ってみ
gathering
た
the
いな
right
ところから
things,
ね。
turning them into the tools that you
う
need, and then
んで、まあ
finally
近代的なところま
getting
で
to the
どんどん
outcome
発
or
展してい
reward
く感
of
じ
something
なん
like an
でしょう
important
ね、多分
improvement
ね。
or triumph. Just changes the challenge that exists in Aura compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Aura at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Aura encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Aura, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Aura just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Aura, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
今まで大体将軍みたいなのが多かったけど、それだけじゃないということですね。
personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait, informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Aura for, you.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game.
野生生
It
物。
turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little
あ、
bit
じゃあ
too
人と人との
aggressive
戦い
for
だけ
this
じゃないと。
We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just,
Cougars!
Cougars!
Cougars! I hate cougars!
"Someone get these feline demons away from me." I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other. And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of ARA is
これも
only
年
the
内公開
beginning.
みたいで
We're
すね。
going to
今年の
maintain
公
our
開と言って
insider
るんで。
program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play ARA and to create your own history.
ああ、ゲームパス入りですね。さあ、こちらがインディ・ジョーンズかな。
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented
僕も大好きでしたね、このシリーズはね。
Even today, it's one of the most
よく
iconic
昔はね、
franchises in pop culture. In this game, you are
9時頃からよくテレビで映画やってましたけど、あれでね、
You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we
金曜ロード
hope
ショーと
lives
か
up
で
to
やっ
the
てましたよ
proud
ね。
legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game,
どういう感じのゲームになるんだろう。
we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I'd had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what
あ、
kind
そう
of
だね。
arc
ど
he
の
was
ど
gonna
の
have. And as the years
時
went on,
代
I thought,
かっていう
who
のも
would
ちょっ
be
と
like
気になり
the
ますよ
best
ね。
studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here.
アフリカの砂漠。
And forgotten in the sense of Africa.
Myths. History. Just different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried.
夏時か。
Just waiting to be found.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me. Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance.
これは面白そうだね。
If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle. I've had run-ins with these guys before.
一人称視点なんだね。ゲーム自体は。
Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I can keep up?
まあ戦闘アクション部分と、まあ謎解き部分とみたいな感じかな。
Patron of the fallen angels, protector of the Chukulimani, the Great Circle.
いやー、これはまあ僕シリーズ好きだから特に気になるね、これはね。
You have any idea how old that was?
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people. Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years. He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world we've built. We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Whether it's cracking your whip, solving puzzles in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fistfight, all of these moments are much more intense in first person.
よくあるシーンだね。
But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat, the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a
ああ、
third
確かに
person
ね
view.
まあインディーであるというところを目立たせようとするとやっぱりいりますもんね。
And the Last Crusade.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
On next plane to Rome. Stop. Need help. Stop. Meet me in Vatican. Stop. Indy.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be Indy if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation.
そうね、いつもピンチだよね。
The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun, and to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal.
どうやってまあ戦闘を回避するかっ
It's
てい
an
うところもあ
amazing
るし。
global adventure with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look
結構
carefully
ロ
at
ケーションはいろいろあるみ
each
たい
location and the time
ですね
period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music. John Williams is the original composer for the indie films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
BGM も良さそうだね。
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay, then. Let's see if we can keep up.
Fight. What do you mean if I can keep up?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people, compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an
まあだから攻略方法はいろいろありそうだよね。
whack them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment.
攻撃にも使うし移動にも使うしって感じか。
And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat.
音を立てる時にも使う。
Everything you'd expect from Indy's whip, and hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery.
謎解きちょっと楽しみだな。
Obviously,
こういうの
there
好
are
き
a
だから
handful
ね、
of
僕
puzzles
は
on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them. Epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
ああ、そういうのいいね。調べれば調べるほど新たな発見があるっていうのね。あ、よくあるやつな。余計なことをしてスイッチ入るやつな。毎度おなじみ。
I want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Machine Games is known for creating these roller coaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year, and we cannot wait to share more soon.
いやー、これは楽しみだね。映画好きとしてはたまんないね。 しかもゲームパス入りだ。ありがたいですね。まだ24年のいつ頃かはわからない感じかな。うん。今日はこれで全てかな。
Is it animals, children, and game developers?
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech.
Core to the vision of ARA is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule.
いや、今年もまたゲームパスはいろいろと楽しみな作品が多そうですね。
Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build.
どれも結構ボリュームありそうだよね。
You aren't just playing as indie, you are Indiana Jones. My name is Masaru Oyamada. 今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
配信でできるならやりたいところですね、インディーも。まあ、版権的にどうなのかちょっとわかんないですけどね、そのあたりはね。いやー、終わったみたいですかね、これでね。何かある？もう終わりですね。はい。これでね。はい、ご視聴ありがとうございました。じゃあ一旦スタジオに戻ろうか。はい、ご視聴ありがとうございました。いや、いかがだったでしょうか。Xbox、デベロッパーダイレクト2024。いやー、全部で、5作品、発表がございましたけどね。5作品中、ほぼほぼゲームパス入りというところでね。聖剣伝説だけはゲームパス入らない感じかな。どれもね、発売というかまあ、ゲームパスで配信開始されたら、もしね、配信できるやつはやっていきたいなと思っております。インディ・ジョーンズ、まあね、僕、映画自体のファンでもあるので、インディ・ジョーンズがね、配信可能であればやりたいなとは思いますけどね。まあ、あれも結構、まあ、今回の発表内であったように、人によって攻略方法が違ってくるかなっていうところはあるんで、面白そうですよね。はい。皆さんはね、どのソフトが気になったでしょうか。まあ、聖剣伝説もね、僕はもう長いことあのシリーズは、プレイしてきてるんでね、あれも、ぜひね、配信可能であればしたいなと思っております。まあ、そうですね。僕は第一作の、まあ、ゲームボーイ版の聖剣伝説って後から、プレイしたんですけど、最初に初めてプレイしたのはね、聖剣伝説2ですね。スーパーファミコンのね。で、まあ、聖剣伝説3とプレイしてきて、で、一番ハマったのはやっぱり、プレイステーションのね、レジェンド・オブ・マナーの時ですかね。あの時がかなりハマりましたね。何周も。まあ、あれもね、周回プレイしていくと、いろいろ分かってくるやつなので、何周もね、プレイさせていただきましたね、あれはね。はい。で、この後6時から、エルダーズ・スクローズ・オンラインの、発表もあるそうですが、私のね、配信の方では、今回のこのデベロッパーダイレクト2024のみの、配信とさせていただきたいと思っております。はい。またね、エルダーズスクローズオンラインに関する発表に関しましては、ぜひ皆さんのね、 興味ある方はぜひ自分で、見ていただければと思います。はい。アップデートに関する情報なんかがね、出るそうなので、はい。いやー、今日はね、朝早くからお集まりいただきありがとうございました。ね、こんな朝早い時間から、結構、まあ、思ったより人が来てくれてたなということで、ありがたい限りでございます。まあ、こんな感じでね、今後も、Xbox に関しては僕は、力入れていきたいなと思っておりますので、ぜひね、まあ、特にゲームパスに収録されているゲームに関してはね、いろいろ紹介していけたらなと思っておりますので、ぜひとも今後ともよろしくお願いいたします。あとね、Xbox ゲームパスに入ってるソフトなんかでマルチプレイができるものに関しましては、ぜひね、参加型とかでやったりもしたいかなとは思っておりますので、もしね、Xbox をお持ちの方おられましたら、ぜひとも今後ともね、一緒に楽しんでいっていただけたらなと思っておりますので、よろしくお願いいたします。もしね、まだチャンネル登録してないよっていう Xbox ファンの方おられましたら、チャンネル登録と高評価の方よろしくお願いいたします。はい。今日は約1時間に及ぶ、配信で、皆さんね、ご視聴ありがとうございました。今後も Xbox のね、最新情報などありましたら、またね、いろいろとみんなでね、一緒に見て盛り上がっていけたらなと思っておりますんで、よろしくお願いいたします。ではまた、今日は夜放送は、ちょっとね、コラボの関係でお休みさせていただいておりますので、次回、明日の放送がね、ありますが、まあ、それ以降の放送でね、またお会いいたしましょう。ではまた次回の放送でお会いいたしましょう。朝早くから皆さんありがとうございました。ではまた次回の動画で。バイバイ。